Hello, and welcome to another edition of Fashion Flair Friday. How are you? It is warm here on the Monterey Peninsula, and you can see I'm in a sleeveless blouse. I thought it was supposed to be fall, but I think it's still summer where we live. This is always our most beautiful time of the year, but it's hot. And a lot of us complain because we're not used to the hot weather, and so we don't have the clothes for it. But anyway, I did my best today, so I've got a little bit of orange on to, nod my head to the fall season while trying to keep a little cool at the same time. So today I want to talk to you about footwear. And footwear is so important, in my opinion, in keeping a wardrobe updated. There's nothing that can update a wardrobe faster than really paying attention and adding a new piece of a you know, new pair of shoes, a new pair of booties, a new pair of clogs or mules or whatever the case may be for your style personality. And there are some of us that use shoes to, let's say, express that part of the personality that we don't necessarily want to do in clothing, but we can give a nod to that personality through our accessories and especially our shoes. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So say hello, and so glad you're here. I know it's always a little bit of a lag time as people come on, but let me know um, as you come on. And always, my request is if you come and listen to the recording at a later time, always put hashtag replay so that I know you've been here. All right, so some of you have been with me for a long time and you've been to my courses or my workshops, and you have learned about the 7 archetypes or the 7 universal styles. And so that's what I am doing in this particular Fashion Flair Friday. I'm really going to break it up and show you the 7 different archetypes that are in the marketplace really every season, but how you interpret the archetype to bring it into your style personality is what we're going to talk about today. All right, so 7 universal styles. There are 3 classic styles and there are 4 non-classic styles. So the 3 classic styles are the sporty, the traditional, and the elegant. And usually everyone has got some element of one of those archetypes in their style personality. Usually, some people have two, but usually it's one of the non-classic styles that gets added in to make things a little fun. So the non-classic styles are the romantic, the dramatic, the alluring, and the creative, or I'm going to call her the bohemian. So those are the 4 classics. So while I tell you often that my style personality is casually elegant with a twist of drama, it's usually never in my clothes that I'm going to do drama. I'm going to do my drama in different ways. I'm going to do it in my accessories. I'm going to do it in my shoes, in my glasses, my hair, my necklaces, that sort of thing. And so that's what I mean by combining archetypes to really express your personality. So let's see, who do we have here? Betty, hi, good to see you. And Janelle, a cool fall day in the Midwest. Well, whew, I wish I was there, let me tell you. And Betty probably feels the same way, although Betty, maybe it's a little cooler in Pacific Grove, but we're boiling over here in Pebble Beach. So anyway, I may be doing a little of this today. All right, so what you probably have noticed are there are some real prevalent trends for this season. Some people love these and some people do not love these. And those are the loafers. Loafers, loafers, loafers everywhere. So if you're a sporty personality or you're a traditional personality, you're going to like that, okay? If you're not, then it's a little more difficult, but you can also refine the look, let's say, of a loafer and not have it be so traditional or so sporty. So I'm going to show you some examples of that. So the other thing that we're seeing everywhere, sneakers. And we've been seeing those for a couple of years, but they're back still this season in a big, big way. And we're seeing loafers and we're seeing sneakers paired with pantsuits, with dresses, with ball gowns. I mean, if you can believe that. Well, I would find that difficult to do for myself personally, but you may find that kind of fun. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So make sure that as we go, if you have any questions, that you ask the questions, and I will, continue to check back every once in a while and see what questions I have and answer them. Maybe I'll try and stop after each archetype, look to see if there's any questions, and then answer them and move on to the next archetype. So we're going to start with the three classic styles. I'm going to begin with sporty, then I'm going to go to traditional, and then I'm going to go to elegant, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what that looks like. All right, so the sporty style personality, I have lots of pictures for you, so get ready. Excuse me. So the sporty style personality typically has a very friendly and a very casual style about her. This is the woman that, loves denim and loves natural fibers, and she loves texture, slightly textured, and she likes crisp fabrics. She loves neutrals, but she also loves bright colors, and she also likes to wear several colors at a time. So this would be a perfect example of a sporty clothing style, but also a sporty booty. So you can see it right there. So just think about this woman loves her booties. She loves her comfort. She loves her sneakers. And, she's just casual all around. So maybe you've got an element of sporty in your personality, but maybe you're not 100% sporty. And that's very typical. Most of us aren't just one style personality. Usually we are, a combination. So here is one example here. Now, these would be the typical shoes and booties that we would find that the sporty personality would be buying this particular season. Comfort, neutrals, but you can see all of those things are going to go so nicely with cottons and denims and slightly textured fabrics and so forth. So that easy, carefree sort of look. And you can see kind of rounded toes. There's never anything pointy about the sporty personality. She loves her sheepskin. She loves her Uggs. So are you a sporty? This might be what she would do. Let's see. Whoops. Wait a second here. This is maybe what she would do with a sneaker. Okay, the Aura. So you can see I put up here the brand. So the brand is Aura, very comfortable shoe, but definitely a fashion sneaker. So what I'm seeing this particular season is we're not talking about sneakers that we exercise in, but we're talking about sneakers that are elevated a little bit and really become and serve as a fashion sneaker, but we can do it in a sporty way. And the flat that a sporty might wear is, again, simple. You notice a little bit of a tassel. This is kind of a combination of sporty as well as traditional. And you can see even the plaid there, where again, remember the sporty likes to combine several colors together. So there you have it. She might do a little animal print, but I find most sporties really love stripes and plaids more than they like the animal print. But there you have some examples. So this came from Talbot's, and this I told you was the brand Aura. And these, I believe, were, let's see. I think these might have been from Talbot's or Soft Surroundings. And this, I believe, was from Soft Surroundings. So so how many of you would say, oh yes, I have an element of sporty in me, or I just really feel comfortable with that sporty look? Hi, Sylvia. Glad to have you here. So, and I see I've got more viewers, so make sure you say hi. Remember, that's part of you got to tell me that you're here, so I know that I've got some people paying attention. Okay, so Diane, you're here. Good. So so Diane, I think, is saying sporty is definitely an element of hers. Yes, I look summery. Well, aren't you roasting where you are? My goodness, I tried to be folly, but I couldn't. I just couldn't put on a long sleeve. So anyway, all right. Well, let's go on to the traditional. Okay, the traditional style personality. The dress is a little more conservative and probably a little more businesslike. So if you are in the corporate arena or you do a lot of business meetings, you probably do traditional a little bit just because of the necessity of it. But I know I definitely have some traditional in me as well. So this is the woman that likes, fine woolens and jerseys and natural blends and crisp, classic patterns. She's the one that loves moderate heeled pumps and she loves leather loafers. So let me tell you, this woman, this particular season is in her glory because there are loafers everywhere. So this is kind of what she oftentimes will look like. And then for the casual part of her life, you see the loafer right there. And you will notice with the shoes, with the loafers, that the soles can be different. So the soles can be a thin leather sole, or they can be a big lugged rubberized sole as well. So the rubberized big lug would not fit truly into a traditional personality. It's going to be kind of a combination, maybe a little bit sporty, maybe a little more dramatic. But this particular shoe is pretty classic and very traditional, and even with the hardware across the top of the foot there. And I think that's all I really wanted to say there. You can tell she's a traditional with the type of handbag as well as her scarf too. Another example of the traditional who is in heaven with her loafer. And you can see there she is all decked out for a great Saturday of shopping or going to the grocery store. But the loafers you can just slip on and go. And I must say, I did buy a pair of loafers. I think it was last season, and I'm really happy with them. But they're a refined loafer. So the my loafer is more on an elegant side, and the traditional is a little clunkier than an elegant. But look at the details of the shoes. Look at the heels, look at the fabrication, and you're going to gravitate to one that really makes you happy. All right, here is another example of our traditional person in her blazer, in her zip collar sweater, in her rolled jeans, and there you go with the loafer again. Now, if she's going to do a boot, she wants a boot, that's, again, not fussy. It's pretty simple, classic, a classic look, neat and simple is the best way that I would describe it. Kind of this natural looking, nothing overdone, a little bit understated, simple, but again, very refined and very nice. So conservative, business-like, you can see this would, you take off the jacket, this is the outfit you have, and it looks great. And then the flat that she might do is going to be a little bit different than the sporty, right? It's a little more business, I would say. And she's going to do, maybe one thing that this woman would do is she'd use some colored footwear to actually pop her very classic colors that she normally wears. So she likes to wear beiges and navies and grays, or she'll do the traditional colors of blue and forest green and burgundies. And she may wear all monochromatic, or she may blend a few colors, but she does like a pop of color in her shoes as well. So this would be our traditional. And this is a very traditional loafer from Tory Burch. So, but there is that pop of color. Isn't that fun? Now that's something that I would love to do. So think about that. Could you, rather than always going to black or always going to navy blue or always going to brown, could this season, because you can get color, should you add a pop of color into the wardrobe through your loafer or possibly through your sneaker? Okay, do we have any traditionals out there? Peggy says, I grew up with a Bass penny loafer and I just bought a pair of purple suede loafers. Yay! So there you go. So where are you going to classify yourself, Peggy? Do you see some traditional in there? I know when we worked together, I saw that, but that's been quite a number of years before you moved back east. So I'm not sure, maybe more sporty now with your lifestyle. So think about it. All right, so that is traditional. So two classic styles, sporty and traditional. Okay, so now we're going to go to the third classic style, which is the elegant. And the elegant is a person that likes fine fabrics. You know, she likes smooth, silkier surfaces, let's call them. And she does like soft colors. She does like that coastal grandma look. And she loves also to wear all of one color. So monochromatic from head to toe, or tonal, let's say. She also likes things that are polished and things that are put together. I would say that she likes classic lines, you know, she's softly tailored. There's a little bit of a formality to her. So let's see what picture I have here. Well, actually, I chose for this some more casual looks because I know most of us, you know, at our ages, and many of us are retired, you know, we're not doing too many suits anymore. But this, I think, really kind of says, you know, elegant, refined, a bit stately here. Fabulous detail on the mules. You can see that's a kind of an elegant velvet or velour with a embroidered beautiful detail on them, small heel, and yet, you know, she's got the classic shirt on, that elegant classic shirt, and you know, she just looks polished and put together. So that's what a elegant loves to do. Minimal details, you can see, and that's the other thing. She doesn't like a whole lot of stuff, you know, a whole lot of jewelry, but there is the way she can get her jewelry in, if you want to call it that, and that is through the elegance of the mules or the shoes. So this doesn't have to be a shoe that you would only wear on special occasions or evening. This can be worn daytime as well. The look is daytime. The shoe punches up the elegant blouse, and look, she's got on a leather trouser. This, remember I mentioned she often likes to wear all of one color, so a very casual look, but that silky smooth surface, there she is right there. And what a fun mule there as well. But you can see it's all tonal, so an elegant tonal look and a mule to boot. This might be a shoe she would do for the holidays. Refined, but look at the detail on the buckle. Isn't that fun? She does like to have a little metallic, not too overly done, but I think that's done in really nice taste. And if she's going to do a sneaker, she might do something like this, again, tonal, but with a little detail, you know, here on the back that makes it kind of fun and brings it forward a bit. This, I think, is a very good representation of our elegant refinement and our tonal look and the simplicity of the flat. So the flat is very prevalent. An elegant is going to do a flat very differently than what you saw for the traditional or for the sporty. It doesn't take center stage. So do any of you feel like you have got an elegant component? Let me check and see if I have any questions here. Casey, hi, nice to see you. Okay, I don't see any questions. So Janelle says she likes sporty for her casual wear. And what would you do for social, or what would you do for business? And maybe it's a combination. All right, so while you're thinking of your questions or your comments, I'm going to go on now and start the non-classic styles. So the non-classic styles or archetypes, we call them. The next one is going to be the dramatic. And the dramatic is one, you know, that it kind of says it. She enjoys being seen. She enjoys wearing fabrics that are firm and that hold shape and structure and that are shiny and that, you know, people see them. Neutrals that are black and white and high contrast. She loves jewel tone colors. She wears one, maybe two colors at a time, and her prints are usually geometric or abstract. She would never be caught dead in this floral that I have on today. So that's why I'm not a true dramatic, but I like to have, as I said, the elements, my accessories, to have some drama to them. And you can see my glasses right here have a bit of the dramatic cat eye sort of a look. All right, so this gets your attention, doesn't it? Well, that's definitely a standout. Yes, she is fashionable and she is sophisticated, and that gets your attention. It's not what a sporty would do. It's not what an elegant would do. It's not what a traditional would do. But this look, I could say, is either defined as a edgy sophisticate, that dramatic look, or possibly even a creative sort of a look. But that's sort of our woman that we're talking about. And things that are edgy, there you go. Now that dramatic would be very comfortable doing that huge lug. She would be doing, you know, the booty with the laces that look a little clunky, that look like a little bit of a combat boot, but she's going to be very much at home. And this is a Gucci, a Gucci boot, and so it's got a high price tag on it, but I thought it would be fun for you to see that. Now, if she was doing a sneaker, if she really had to do a sneaker, she's not comfortable in sneakers typically, but if she had to do it, then she might do one like this, where we see high contrast, especially the black and white with the, with the spot of red coloring there, the big grommet holes for the laces. So a little bit of drama in this sneaker, as you can see. She does a booty. She's going to do one again that's pretty architectural. And this is a Louboutin, and you can tell that by the red sole. You can see it at the back of the heel there. And Christian Louboutin, everything he does has that red. That's his signature. So if she is young enough to be able to wear this height of a heel, she would prefer to do this. Now, for those of us that have gotten to be a certain age, while we may love this look, which I do love, I certainly couldn't do it at this stage of my life. But that's what she would love. Now, here's another thing she would do. So yeah, this is the block heel. Maybe I could get away with this and I can get away with red, but I don't think I would have the courage to do the red patent leather and take myself seriously. So how about you? But the Dorama woman definitely would. And this is, this is from Anthropologie. This is another thing that our sophisticate will do. Now the color doesn't really say sophistication and edgy. So this is really what I would say a combination. The style of the shoe, the shape of the heel, the platform, all of this definitely says dramatic to me, but it's in soft colors. It's in the camel and the cream, and that doesn't fit quite into our drama woman. So this is where now sometimes when you look at a shoe, you'll say, oh, that's got a little bit of this and it's got a little bit of that. And so therefore, this might be something that for an elegant or a traditional that is edgy, this might work very nicely to add this piece into something that's very classic. Okay, so do we have any dramatics out there? I'm going to bet not. Let's see. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think we have any dramatics out there. All right, how about alluring? Okay, so our alluring gal is a little sexy, a little glamorous. She likes clothing that is stretchy, smooth finishes, lightweight. She doesn't like things that are bulky or too textural, because really for the alluring woman, the focus is really on the shape and on the body and on the skin. So again, I like to do some shoes that are alluring, okay, in that they, call attention to my ankle or to my foot or to my lower leg. But again, clothing, I would never wear alluring clothing, but see, I can pull in some alluring accessories in my footwear and maybe my handbag and so forth to really express that I do have a little bit of that in me. I'm just not brave enough to do it. So here might be what we see for our alluring woman. So you can see she's got jeans on that have, some rhinestones or some studs on them. She's got the silver booty. She loves to wear the short skirts and show the leg. So this is our alluring gal. And remember I said that she likes the shiny. So there is the nod to the shiny on the boot. She does like black and white. She does like daring colors like the red and the hot pinks and the purples and turquoises and so forth. but she likes kind of undulating designs. This is a woman that does like animal prints, however, and she likes full tousled hair like what you see here in the picture. And so let's see what else I have for her. This might be the way she'd do a boot. So she'll have on a pair of tight pants underneath, and then she will put the boot over top to really draw attention to the leg, to attention to the body, attention to the undulating lines of the body. So that might be a great boot for her. And also with the alluring, I find that she does like her creams. She does like her bright colors, but she also likes some light colors as well. So this is the kind of shoe that I would do to express the alluring, little bit of alluring personality that I have. And there you go. It's got the pointy toe. So nothing clunky, nothing big and rounded, no big, lug soles for this alluring woman. And then she loves right now the trend of the ankle strap because what it calls attention to the leg. So I actually invested in two, a black and a cream shoe, very similar to this, not with quite this high of a heel. And I just love wearing them. They make me feel really great and really feminine. So whether it's a metallic or whether it's a bright color, you could have some fun with this, or whether it's black. And she loves her strappy sandals. And the reason she does is why? Because it opens up at her foot and it really, calls attention to the leg, to the foot, which is, a very sensual part of the body. So that's our alluring. Anybody in the group go with the alluring style at all in any part of their dressing? Let's see here. Peggy, still traditional, I think. It is still a challenge to adjust clothes-wise. I'm drawn to beautiful fabrics, which really don't work out because you're kind of in the humid category these days, right? Yeah, I would definitely say you're traditional with probably some sporty in there, for sure. All right, so let's go on to our romantic or our feminine woman. Our feminine woman, she's soft. And she loves to wear soft, flowy, kind of smooth and slightly textured, lightweight and sheer sort of fabrics. So she would love to do this skirt. Okay, can you see that skirt? Let me just make sure that it's showing up here. Do you see it's pleated? It's got a lot of movement. It's flowy, and then look at the boot that's underneath it. You can see it's not a hard leather, it's a beautiful, soft, supple suede. And guess what? It's in a light color. So our romantic gal never would be wearing black or black and red combinations or black and white combinations. She's going to do her soft neutrals, the white, the ecru, maybe a light gray, a dusty blue. Soft colors and pastels is our romantic woman. And she likes to wear all one color or different values of one color, which is what you see here. And if she's going to have any prints or patterns, they're usually going to be flowers or nature motifs in prints, that kind of a thing. And she often wears, her hair in tendrils and, very soft around the face, nothing hard edged, nothing really short and spiky. No, very soft and very feminine. So that would be a boot that she would love to wear. So maybe you have an element of that feminine side of you, and this type of a boot would be a great way to bring it in for fall in combination, even with a pair of jeans. So if you're a sporty gal, with a side of romantic mixed in there, this could be a beautiful boot to add to the wardrobe to pair with some of your jeans. Now, in terms of a pump or a dressy shoe, do you see what she likes to do? Sort of this very soft, beautiful color, but also look at how the curvature of the shape of that shoe is. So that flowy lines on the details, the soft details, the roundedness of the cut of the leather, the color of the leather. So beautiful there. So is this something or a version of this sort of a shoe in a maybe not this high of a heel, but maybe even a shorter heel? Is that a way that you could bring in an element of your femininity? And so, Peggy, I think you've got a little feminine in you too. This might be what our romantic would do for a sneaker. Look at the fun color, look at the soft color, but a feminine look, nothing too sporty, nothing too edgy, very soft. Here is another. Look at this fabric. Isn't this gorgeous? It's almost like a velvet fabrication on this shoe. So, just that kind of lightweight textural, but very feminine textural. And you can just see that with a long skirt or a long drapey duster. Now, if she's going to do a boot, she needs to have some sort of an element that has got some feminine touches to it. So this came out of, I think it was the Talbot's catalog, which is typically pretty traditional. But when you look at the detail, it's got the little bow right at the ankle. Well, that definitely, to me, says femininity. And especially in that light colored suede, that would be beautiful for a romantic gal. So what do you think? Any romantic personalities out there? Ah, Diane. You saw Croc cowboy boots today with spurs on top of that. So did you buy them is the question. Oh, and Jody, you're very welcome. I love being able to share with all of you, especially when you engage with me. That makes it a whole lot more fun. All right. So lastly, let's talk about our creative. In this case, I'm going to call her our bohemian because the boho look has been around for a while, but we're still seeing a lot of it. So our boho gal, well, I went to the Johnny Was website, and because Johnny Was is 100% bohemian, and look at this great dress, but then look at it with, it's paired with a beautiful pair of suede boots that I just think it's such a creative, bohemian, wonderful look, and yet there's a femininity about it as well. So, do you have some bohemian in you? Here is another example of what our boho gal might do. All right, look at compared. We've got the feminine pattern in the dress, and then what she puts the animal print over it and over her jeans, and then she tucks the jeans down inside those soft, beautiful suede boots. And to me, that's bohemian. Now, bohemians or creatives really like to mix all kinds of different things together. So, she might put a combat boot. So the thing is with our bohemian and our creative, she is just going to think outside the box. And I always think of one person when I think creative bohemian, and that's Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, sometimes I wonder, how did she ever think about putting those things together? And yet it works for her. So, you can be beautifully classic in a boot like this for a bohemian, but you can do some other things as well. So this might be something that she would do to wear right now as we're transitioning out of summer into fall. Maybe this would be what a bohemian would do year round if she's like me. I mean, I love to wear my flip-flops unless I'm in the dead of winter. And, having that fun embellishment, and then look at the ankle bracelets as well too. That's a bohemian. Here's the boot she might do. It's very different from the blue boot that we just saw, the beautiful classic. So that's why she likes a lot of different things, and she's going to put them together any old way that she wishes. But this is a true bohemian boot, I would say. And you can see it's from the Boho Beach Hut. So if you're a bohemian, then go ahead and check out the Boho Beach Hut, and you'll find all kinds of things. This is another pair of boots that I would say really fit the bohemian look, and I could see that paired with a pair of jeans tucked down inside, or I could see it with a long midi a midi dress or a midi skirt with this tucked up underneath the skirt. And lastly, I would say that she's not much into sneakers, but this is probably the way she might do a canvas shoe to take it down a notch. And there you can see the animal print and the laces, but not really what we would call a sneaker that you could walk in. This is what I would call this kind of a fashion sneaker though. So right on trend for this year. So the three classic styles, the sporty, the traditional, the elegant. Are you one of those, just based on the descriptions I've given you? And then to really fully express your style personality, are you going to add in the dramatic, the alluring, the romantic feminine, or the bohemian to really flush out the personality? So, what do you think? Any questions here? Any comments? Diane says, "Oh, definitely she's not buying the Croc cowboy boots, and the spurs were rubber too." Well, that's good actually. Oh, so have you done any footwear shopping? So Janelle says, yes, you're definitely in the classic styles, meaning the sporty, traditional, and elegant, I think is what you're meaning there. Good. And yet there might be just one of those non-classic styles that you might want to have fun with. You wouldn't wear it in the clothes, but you might do it in your footwear. That's what I love to do. Use my footwear to express other parts of me that I would never wear in clothes. All right, my friends. Well, as you can see, I'm wiping the perspiration off of my off of my upper lip because it is, as I say, very warm here, and then I've got lights on me too. So don't hesitate if you find any photos of shoes that you want feedback on or you want me to weigh in on, by all means, just post a photo. You can post it in the comments area. You can upload it in the comments area and then say, Marian, what do you think? Or you can share amongst one another. I think that's always a lot of fun. And I just hope this helped, and I hope it helped you look at things a little bit differently and really look at the elements, look at the toe, look at the heel, look at the fabrication, look at the little detail or not, and really decide, well, what is it that you really want in your life and to express your personality right now? And Janelle, you said you love the romantic booty with the bow. Okay, well that tells me that you got a little, you got a little femininity going in there. And so maybe that's as much as you'll do, but maybe you'll add even more. I don't know, but have fun with the footwear, and like I say, go ahead and pin up a picture here, post a picture. I don't think you have any problems posting, do you? Are all of you able to post? If for some reason you try and post something and you are not able to post it, you can always just send it to my email. You can text it to me, or you can simply put a note in here, or direct mail me and tell me that you're having difficulty, and I can help you actually do that. Okay? So that is it for now for this week, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks with another topic. And again, don't forget, if you've got a question for me, or you've got something that you really want me to talk about, let me tell you, it helps me to get your input. So don't hesitate and don't be shy. Just go ahead and post it in the group and say, Marian, will you talk about X? And I'd be happy to do that. So until we meet again, have a wonderful weekend wherever you are, whether you're in the Midwest and it's cool, or whether you're out here roasting with all of us. Okay, take care now. Bye bye.